Next up, Will Prater, the first baseman. Prater hitting .330 for the Catamounts, no homers and 19 runs batted in. Lays down the bunt, saw the Lipscomb is playing back.
Yeah, trying to take advantage of just getting an early base runner here in the first inning, see if they can get some momentum going early.
Prater last year, really great results, hit .395 in 2021 preseason first team All-SoCon selection, already hitting .330 to begin this season. Now the 1-2. Line up the middle for a base hit. Prater aboard with a one-out single. Already seen Seth Stevenson make a catch in left field for the Volunteers as we take a look at Tennessee defensively. It's Stevenson in left along with Gilbert in center, Drew Beck out in right. In the infield with Lipscomb at third, Lawson at short, Moore at second. Lipsius is at first. Catching tonight will be Charlie Taylor to work with Xander Sechrist.
I'd say if there was any negative about this weekend, it would have to be the 6 errors. I mean, that was the only thing that really stood out as a negative for the Vols.
Man aboard for Pascanel Ferreras. Runner goes. Taylor's throw. Got it!
See here, Sechrist gives that high leg kick, gives him time to get a good jump. I mean, you'd have thought he'd been safe. He got a little bit of a late jump over there at first off that leg kick, and looks like a bang-bang play.
Bobby Miranda may want the umpires to talk this one over.
Yeah, that one looked pretty close.
And strike 2. Team best 16 homers last year. That was second most in the Southern Conference. And he strikes out against Sechrist, and that closes out a scoreless top of the first for the Catamounts against the Volunteers. Sechrist with a strikeout, and solid work by Tennessee.
Yeah, you see here, he's just looks like he just blows a fastball by him right there. He set him up with that fastball inside to really get him looking. So
Tennessee at the plate in the bottom of the first, facing one of the aces of this staff for Western Carolina, Zebby Matthews. Junior from Cullowhee, North Carolina, has stayed close to home for his college baseball, and that has been a very good thing for Western Carolina, even though it's had a tough go of it to begin the season. Once they get into conference play, he's going to be one of the SoCon's best.
Yeah, he's a big-time strike thrower. His fastball's going to be 90, 94. Slider, cutter, changeup. Changeup's turning into a good fourth pitch for him. Look for him to use that cutter to set up that slider.
So this is Wednesday, getting ready for what's coming up later this weekend. A weekend series for the Catamounts. Trip to Cincinnati after this game is complete tonight. And so Matthews will get to work tonight against this very talented Tennessee batting order that starts with Christian Moore, followed by Seth Stevenson and Jordan Beck. First pitch swinging. Moore unloads. Gone! The first pitch of the game, a home run for the Big Orange and Christian Moore.
When you get a guy on the mound right there that you think's an elite strike thrower, that's what you're going to do. I mean, he sat there and looks like he ambushed a fastball first pitch, and he didn't miss. I mean, he was just geared up, ready to go. You get a guy that's going to come in there with a 90s fastball, he's looking to get ahead. I mean, what a swing. Ball got out in a hurry.
Certainly did. It's going to be a windy night. We'll be talking about that all throughout the game, and we saw that even in batting practice before the game. Just there is a jet stream tonight to left field, so people on the porch get ready. Now Seth Stevenson at the plate. 383 as he's in the starting lineup this evening. 2 homers, 16 runs batted in. He's missing just inside, now falling behind 2-1 on Stevenson, who's got that 383 average. Three and one of the fastest players on this Tennessee roster.
He can fly, and he's such a good base runner. He turns singles into doubles all the time.
He's found back to the netting and
Doctor.
so for Zebby Matthews, how do you get back in the groove after first pitch home run?
I mean, he just kind of got ambushed right there. I mean,
this is deep to left. Base hit. Graves playing it on the warning track and stupid.
it doesn't. I mean, you see last weekend, I mean, you had 6 guys hit over 300 for the weekend. There's no easy outs.
Matthews looks at second. Chopped down by Beck, 1-1. And this has been a really good stretch for Jordan Beck. He's hitting .429 in his last 9 games. 15 of 35 at the plate.
That was with for him, a bad day in the second game at Ole Miss. I mean, they got him on some fastballs up that he was kind of chasing.
Late on a slider, and it's 1-2. Stevenson in second after his double. Still nobody out in the first. Back knock. Missed inside, 2-2.
After that first at bat there, you got to think that he's, thinking about trying to mix some pitches up here pretty early. If they're gonna ambush fastballs, if he's throwing them for strikes, maybe he can start to get some guys out, changing speeds a little bit earlier in the count.
2-2. Trying to go away that time with a breaking ball. A full count of 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jordan Beck. Volunteers just joining us. Christian Moore, first pitch he saw, he sent over the left center field fence for a home run. Stevenson followed with a double. Payoff pitch. Struck him out swinging, went back to the off-speed pitch.
A good slider right there. Might have been his cutter. But either way, I mean, you get that full count right there. He might be looking for something firm over the plate and got him to chase.
1 gone for Drew Gilbert. He's been healthy and back in this Tennessee lineup doing a lot of good things. Junior out of Stillwater, Minnesota. He hit .454 at Ole Miss, 6 runs, 4 runs batted in. Also had a triple.
Yeah, he's just a gamer, man. High energy guy.
Just off the plate for ball 1. Tennessee loves the way he plays the game. Great moment last year in the regional, the walk-off home run against Wright State, one of the best moments ever in this ballpark.
Yeah, it was so loud. So loud. Loudest I've ever heard this place.
Deep in the air to left. Graves back to the board.
An inning or 2 this game. How he really feels.
Lipscomb sprays this deep to center, but playable for Parks. He's going to have to deal with that tricky wind. Once again, the wind was blowing in. He first went back, then made that late adjustment. Taking a look at the defense for Western Carolina. So Graves been busy along with Parks, trying to look after those fly balls that become home runs. Emmanuel Wilder in right field, then an infield of Ketterman at third, Pereira at short, Butterworth at second, Prater at first. Catching is Cody Reck. For tonight's starter and the first of many Catamount pitchers we will see this evening, Zebby Matthews. Everyone's going to try and get some work in this game. Luke Lipsius. Average of .299 coming into this game. What a good veteran player for Tennessee.
Yeah, he's swung the bat well for them the last 2 years. Got a big shift on him right now. See if he can try to beat it.
Only the third baseman Ketterman, left side of the infield. Butterworth playing in shallow right field, the second baseman. Ball and 2 strikes to Lipsy from Zebby Matthews. Team captain back-to-back seasons for the Catamounts. Low and inside, strikes. We talked to them earlier in the week, said he's probably not going to be a big transfer portal guy, as this is rolled by Wilder in the left field for a base hit, but he really likes getting high school players in, developing them as time goes on to build for those great years.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see like if he kind of can hold to that with this transfer portal. It's kind of a new thing. It's going to be interesting to see what how that kind of pans out over the next 3 or 4 years.
Really enjoyed talking with him. A great program he has built up that will compete for the SoCon Championship this season. Wofford Mercer, some other good teams to keep an eye on in the SoCon. Western Carolina is going to be right at the top.
And he's coached a lot of historically good baseball programs too.
Now Bryson Parks, center fielder after the leadoff single by Emmanuel Wilder. Parks hitting .310 on the season, 1 home run and 15 runs batted in. 5th-year senior out of Marietta, Georgia. Throw to first. Just keep an eye on Wilder. He does have 2 stolen bases on the year. Popped up the bunt, and it's a ball and a strike to Parks. We're going to see the Catamounts be aggressive tonight.
Yeah, trying to move him over again into scoring position, see if they can scratch off a run to kind of chip away at this 3-0 early lead.
Saw them be aggressive in the last inning when Prater was caught stealing for the second out. Another check at first. Back to the plate, misses a little high with a fastball. Coaching staff says he holds runners really well. We've already seen that with his good pickoff move.
Yeah, he's got a good pickoff move. He has the high leg kick every time. He kind of looking like he's trying to read the runner. Hadn't seen a really true slide step yet. He's got the high leg kick, but it's quick.
3 balls and a strike to Parks. Catamounts trying to respond after Tennessee scored 3 runs in the bottom of the first. (3-1). Inside strike. Parks maybe thought he got ball 4.
Borderline pitch there. Maybe a little up on that one. Got away with one to get it to full count. See if they can take advantage of it here.
Payoff pitch, actually, throw to first. Keeping an eye on Wilder.
Full count there, see if they're going to put the guy in motion. Keep an eye on him.
Called third strike, inner half of the plate again. 2 strikeouts for Segrist.
Just good job pounding the inside corner with that fastball. Froze him up.
Second strikeout for Seeker's first one looking, now going up against Seth Graves of Western Carolina. Check it Wilder at first. With 2 home runs, 17 runs batted in. Set safely in the last 3 games. He's reached base in the last 8 games in a row. Wilder started the inning with a single to left field. Good fastball, strike 2.
Saw him change tempos up there. That was one of the first slide steps he's kind of gone to. Not just for the base runner over there at first, but really throws the timing off of the hitter as well, as you saw with the fastball kind of getting blown by him there.
Just a little off, 1-2.
Went back to it again, quick pitch, slide step, just off. Good pitch, good 0-2.
Throw to first, keep looking at Emmanuel Wilder.
Close over there. See if you can roll up a double play right here to end the inning.
Bounced into home. Taylor's throw to second. Tag applied. Wilder's out. Saw the second base umpire John White tapping the chest, saying that's exactly where the tag was. Now the 2-2 is lined up the middle for a base hit. Now Graves aboard with 2 outs. That's a really key out here in the second inning.
Yeah, for sure. Moves him over to first and second with 1 out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 19, Daniel Wall.
Graves aboard, 2 gone in this top of the second with the Vols in front by a 3-0 score. Daniel Walsh, the DH, to the plate. He's played some limited time this season. Curveball for a strike. Down the right field line. Long chase, and this will go into the crowd. A great catch is made by a fan, and again, the 0-2. Base hit to right. Walsh aboard with the single, so 3 hits in the inning for Western Carolina.
0-2 count, I believe, right there. I mean, just a good job, but expanding his zone a little bit. Battling, pokes the ball into right field for a hit, and not sure if anybody would have scored on that, but worst case scenario, if that guy doesn't get thrown out there, you got bases loaded with 1 out.
Now Cody Reck, the catcher, to the plate. He's also been slowed by injury this season. This is only his 4th game he's played in this year, and he makes his first start. 2 on with 2 gone for the Catamounts. Sechrist starts him with a curveball. Sophomore out of Milton, Georgia, Cody Reck. Played 14 games, had 7 starts last year, including 6 at catcher. Hit .185. Paints the inside corner with a fastball, 0-2.
Been really pounding the inner half of that fastball. See if he goes back to it here, if he might go something soft.
2 on, 2 out. The 0-2. Fastball fouled away. Lead runner Graves at second. Tying run at the plate in this top of the second inning. Upstairs with a curve, 1-2. The 1-2. High in the air to the left side. It'll be Lipscomb. And a run triple. Cleared the bases. First game of the series. Lines this to left for a base hit. Leadoff batter aboard for the Volunteers.
Pretty good swing right there. Fastball. Looked like a fastball, kind of middle down in a hitter's count.
Tony Vitello, the head coach of the Tennessee Volunteers, led the Big Orange to Omaha last season. National Coach of the Year, first College World Series appearance in 16 years. Already has 157 wins in Knoxville.
Yeah, outstanding year last year for the Vols. Coach Vitello, he was a top recruiter in the country a few years back for a reason. And you can see he's kind of translating that into the culture here in Knoxville.
Tennessee got ranked as high as number 2 last year. Now D1 Baseball has Tennessee number 1 for the first time, and across the board the Volunteers, no doubt about it, the top team in the country.
Shows here with this Wednesday crowd too. People are loving it.
Burke skies this high to shallow left. Tricky wind right now. Bounces it just behind. 16 mile per hour at the moment. Here's Charlie Taylor, the catcher.
Yeah, it looked like they just never really, a couple of them looked like they never saw the ball really that well either, along with the wind. You get both of those going, it's gonna be tough on a pop-up hit that high.
Lawson, lead runner at second. Tennessee trying to build on a 3-0 lead. Good foul, ball and a strike to Charlie Taylor, who's in the starting lineup tonight after, of course, Evan Russell. We got to see him behind the plates all weekend against the Ole Miss Rebels. So we get tonight off from catching duties before a very big weekend against the Vanderbilt Commodores in Nashville.
Russell's been good too in his transition back to the catcher position. Not an easy position to get back to, especially when you got a pitching staff like this.
Taylor shows bunts. Diving grab made. Will Prater.
Good play there by Prater. Saw him creeping in here as the bunt shown.
Now batting the second baseman, number 7, Christian Moore.
Also a good job offensively by the base runners. Make sure you're not getting too far off to get doubled up.
So that's the first out in the inning. Now Christian Moore to the plate after he homered last time up on the very first pitch he saw, but that was against a different pitcher. That was Zebby Matthews. Now he's facing Gavin Mortensen. Takes a slider for a strike. Home run he blasted out was his 8th of the season. Came into this game having homered in 7 of his 36 at-bats. That's 19%. Now you add another one to that.
Percent went up just a little bit.
Yeah. That buzzed inside, 1-1.
Sure, if he moved his feet on purpose, but might not be a bad idea. Try to get him a little uncomfortable.
extra time for Mortensen, trying to keep control of Tennessee's running game with Lawson at second, Burke at first, only one out. Strike call. In front there on the breaking ball, and he strikes out swinging. Big second out for Mortensen.
Looked like more of that slider there. He'd thrown him a cutter earlier, so he slowed it down and took a little off on the slider, got him a swing and miss.
Second, Burke at first. Now Seth Stevenson, first pitch swinging to the shortstop. Ferreira gets the out. Great stop.
Great play. 13-12 or 13-12.
1-0 is high and tight on Brandon Butterworth. First time played for him against Xander Sechrist. Yeah, 14-12 last year for the Volunteers. And also in Knoxville, Tennessee, picked up a 9-2 win. And that was a year ago today on March 30th, 2021, before the Vols went back in mid-April. Xander Sechrist giving up 3 hits, or in the last inning gave up 3 hits, overall 4 hits, but been able to work out of some trouble. Count full on Butterworth at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Butterworth 5 for 15 on the season, no homers and 3 runs batted in. Started the last 2 games at second base for the Cats. Trip through the order, starting with Zach Ketterman. Out to left field for him, his first time up. Fastball missed high and away. Now 2 balls and a strike to Ketterman, who earlier this season was named the SoCon Player of the Week on March 14th. Earned that honor as he helped lead the Catamounts to a 3-1 record on the week. Hit 9 for 17 at the plate. A 4-game hitting streak. It's deep down the right field line, but again fell. Good catch again made by a fan down that right field line. Again, packed house, Lindsey Nelson Stadium on a Wednesday night.
It's crazy. I mean, you got the full left field bleachers looking almost full capacity. Good crowd down right. You got people out in the bleachers behind left field.
Sechrist. This is rolled to the second baseman, Will Mabry. First pitch fouled away on a fastball at 93 miles per hour from Mabry. Lefty from Cookville, 6 feet tall, 185 pounds, went to Upperman High School. Gets in front 0-2.
Yeah, he's gonna be low 90s. He got a good feel for his off speeds. Added that cutter, which I think is the pitch we just saw right there. Good at holding runners. Look for him to kind of keep his tempo under control. Sometimes he's got a tendency to get moving a little too fast, but looked really good this weekend.
Good numbers for him already this season. 1-0, a 1.72 ERA. 15 2/3 innings of work. 20 strikeouts compared to just 2 walks. The 1-2. Went all the way to the backstop. Fastball got away from him.
Yeah, that was that fastball we talked about. Got a little life on it. that one. Had that arm side run, chase that left-handed batter. And neither Sechrist and Mabry, I mean, you can't be too comfortable of an at bat for a left-handed hitter.
2-2. Got him, swing.
Sure.
Jordan Beck leads it off. Showing Button, laying it down. Mortland off the mound, throws wild. Beck will go to second. Good start down to 2-0. Runs inside 3-0. Again, last time up, Drew Gilbert with his second home run of the season.
Yeah, great swing. Gets extended on a fastball away, drives it out to left field. He really does have pop to all fields.
Gets the pink daddy cap, starting the celebration just before getting in the dugout. Draws the 2 on, nobody out for Tennessee's Trey Lipscomb. Fly out to center his first time up. Destroys this deep to left field. It will stay in the yard thanks to the win. Inning.
Got the shift on him again here with runners on first and second.
Staying patient, 2-1. Staying patient, something he does really well. Leads the team in walks drawn with 20 on the season.
Yeah, and Moreland, like we said, struggling a little bit to find the zone right here.
Darts low, 3 balls and a strike to Lipsius. A walk would load the bases for Cortland Lawson. Check swing did not go around according to Zach Neff, third base umpire. So that's a walk to load the bases for Tennessee.
Right there, pretty good first pitch. Lawson coming in, bases loaded. You're looking to maybe ambush something off of a new pitcher right there. So good call on the curveball starting him off.
High to right field, but there's Wilder. Out number 2, Tennessee with Beck tagging from third. He'll score. And third base on the artificial turf. Smokes this one foul, and look out Ricky Martinez. Hopefully he's all right. Tennessee's student assistant coach, Kirby Cadell, will give him the batter helmet back. That was very, very close to it.
Pretty close, yeah. Good reaction time over there in that box.
Former Vol shortstop. Ball and a strike on Burke. A little extra time for Beverland. Or they call it balk. Let's see. Maybe a pitch clock warning.
Pitch clock warning, I believe. I think now you got to step off and at least fake it, mimic a throw, or
that takes more time though.
Yeah, just stepping off, I don't really think resets the clock. I think you have to almost show a pickoff attempt or something.
He's trying to catch Tennessee leaning right there with Lipsius. Lipsius breaks for second. The ball in the dirt, and he steals the bag. Lipsius now with 7 stolen bases this year.
Yeah, he's a sleeper, good base runner. I mean, he gets over there. He's pretty efficient at it. He gets good jumps. I mean, great jump right there. As soon as he sees movement, he's gone. Obviously, there's a ball in the dirt, so we got no throw, but good jump.
2-1. Hit Burke. Bases.
And it's, mean, it's good base running all the way around. It's not just the stolen bases that they do special. It's, I think we touched on it a little bit earlier, it's turning singles into doubles. Their jumps at second base on line drives to the outfield, I noticed a couple times against Ole Miss, they were, I mean, it's a line drive to the outfield that's landing 3-4 feet from the center fielder. They're gone off the bat. I mean,
right.
You can tell it's something that they do every single day.
Taylor pops it foul, 2-1.
And when you do that every day and you're that good at it, some of those balls that Ole Miss, they're not normally going to score on that ball from second base. And the jumps they get are so good. That right there alone is going to win you some baseball games.
Thrown at first is Wild. Gilbert scores. Right behind him, Luke. In there.
Maybe a little risky on this turf. Usually you're going to get a good hop, but with 2 outs there, I mean, you're probably going to take a chance there and see if you can't get him in.
Burke got all the way to third. Curveball for a strike makes it a full count.
Maybe with 1 out, no outs, maybe you hold him up a little bit because you can have a sacrifice fly, ground out scores him, something like that. But 2 outs there, take a chance and see if you can't get another run across the board.
Payoff pitch. Curveball outside for a walk. Taylor is aboard, and now you got the dangerous top of the order to the plate.
The tough part about that one right there, I mean, you run that pickoff play with Taylor up, who's in the 9-hole, hitting 143 right now. You could argue right there you want to take the chance to end the inning. Obviously, they end up walking him there, but maybe with the 9-hole up, you can attack him there and try to get out of the inning.
Christian Moore. Next first pitch for ball 1. He homered back in the first inning, his 8th homer of the season. Struck out swinging last time up. Ball for a strike, evens it up. So first inning got 2-run homer by Moore, 2-run homer by Gilbert. This inning, anything but a sacrifice fly and then a wild pickoff throw, bringing in 2 runs after that. Runner goes for second, Taylor, and he'll be in there without a play because Reck was worried about third base.
Yeah, had that first and third play on there where they were going to just come up and try to throw down to third, but base runner at third, just not far enough down the line to really do anything about, so we get second base for nothing.
2-1. Breaking ball fouled away. Caught a peek. Beverland's 2-2. And a curveball hit high to left field. This will be interesting with the wind. Great. And after that, Coach Brand had a phone call with Gary Baldwin, who runs the East Cobb Astros. He said 2 words about Ferreras: superstar. And apparently Gary Baldwin doesn't say that about very many players, even though he sees some of the best in the nation in East Cobb. Just that showcase they have, you see the best high school baseball players, and he called Ferreras superstar.
Yeah, they see some unbelievable talent down there. I played down there growing up, played against Jason Hayward, who was hitting balls to the moon.
Ferreras strikes out here to begin this top of the 4th inning. Mabry
just attacked him right there. I mean, he went right after him. Nobody's on base. You're up 6-0. He was going to make him, really earn his way on base right there. Good job.
Catamounts, after getting 3 hits but not scoring in the second, pretty quiet since then. 1-2-3 third. Wilder fouls the first pitch he sees away. Daniel Wilder from Madison, Alabama, cousin of Deontay Wilder, the bronze bomber who's been several times the last few years the heavyweight champion of the world in boxing. Down to his last strike at 0-2.
Doing a good job, Mabry, just pounding the zone. Pitching with the lead he's got, trying to just get the offense back in the dugout.
Foul tip held on to by Seth Graves to the plate. Tennessee with a 6-0 lead against Western Carolina. Graves had a single his last time up. Ball on the strike to Graves, who gets to wear the number 7 jersey. The Leggett number 7 legacy jersey goes to him this season. Of course, remembering great coach Jack Leggett. He later went on to great time at Clemson, taking the Clemson Tigers to the College World Series. Had a great run in Cullowhee as the head coach of Western Carolina. So each year, choose one player to wear number 7. This year, Seth Graves. Mabry in front of the ball and 2 strikes.
Up ahead in the count, 1-2 again. Let's see if he sticks with the fastball here, if he decides to show him something different. Maybe spin one in there.
Check it first, and Parks back in time. It's interesting they give out that number. Usually it's the final year you get to wear that. Emmanuel Wilder actually wore it last season, but able to come back with some extra eligibility. So he's back to number 27 this year. Mabry didn't miss by much. Try and get strike 3, and it's 2-2.
Not a bad pitch. Little up in the zone probably. Didn't really look like it was off by much. Yeah, just a little up. Good idea.
2-2. And tied again.
There was a breaking ball. Kind of probably thrown about 12 fastballs in a row. Probably didn't have the best feel for it on that one. 3-2 probably. I'd say pretty sure he'd probably go back to a heater right here. Changeup can be a really, really good pitch for him if he can command it. Not as consistent with the break-in stuff, but probably going to predominantly see him with that fastball changeup.
Stands at a tall 6'6", 215 pounds from Asheville, North Carolina. Jordan back to center. Parks can't get to it. Off the wall. Draws his opportunity for Lipscomb. Leads the SEC, 3rd nationally with 44 driven in. Right there for strike 2. Chopped up the middle. 1 out at second, and the double play turn by Daniel Walsh, first batter he sees, strike 1, and he also works very quickly. He's ready to go now.
Yeah, if you're a batter here, you want to kind of take your time a little bit, keep your foot out of the box as long as the umpire will allow it. Try to throw his timing off a little bit if you can, but he likes to get it and go and fill up the zone. Defense likes that too a lot.
He was ready about 7 seconds ago as he misses outside 1-2. Walsh single his last time up. Inside fastball fouled away. The 1-2. Breaking ball fouled away. Still ball and 2 strikes on Daniel Walsh. Wall strikes out looking. Last 5 outs have all been strikeouts for Tennessee pitching.
It looked like an elevated fastball again, I think, off that slider when he threw the pitch before.
Bumps in a strike to Cody Reck, the catcher. Popped out at third base his last time up. Balls and 2 strikes now to Reck. The last time out for Camden Sewell did allow 2 runs on 2 hits. Only worked a third of an inning on Sunday. Game that did get interesting in Oxford. Final game of the series. Foul, no balls and 2 strikes. Game that Tennessee did win 4-3.
Yeah, it'd be good to get him back out this game and kind of just hit the reset button. You know, he had a little bit of a rough outing, been pretty solid up until that point, really solid.
I'm not sure where that missed, 1-2.
Good pitch, just be a little off, but yeah, get him back out, let him hit the reset button, get ready for this weekend because you need him down the road. He's been a big piece of the bullpen.
Got him swinging, back-to-back strikeouts, Camden Sewell.
Great pitch there. He had the fastball right before that was just off the plate. Throws that breaking ball kind of off that same spot. Tunneled it off each other there and gets him to chase the breaking ball away. Good setup there.
Butterworth pops the first one foul behind home plate. As a pitcher, how much did you look forward to an opportunity to get back out there after an outing you didn't feel like was your best?
Yeah, you want to get back out there as soon as possible. I mean, especially, the coaching staff wants to get you back out there as soon as possible too. They want to reset you, especially him being a big innings guy for them down the road. A little harder tougher as a starter. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to have your rest. These relievers can get back out there pretty quickly and reset.
So filling up the strike zone so far, trying to get another 1-2-3 inning. We haven't seen a hit for the Catamounts since they collected 3 singles in the second inning. Butterworth struck out looking his last time up. That was against starter Sechrist. The 0-2. Camden base hit. First batter he's got to face, the veteran Luke Lipsius. Corlin Lawson at the plate. Club to center field. Watch out for the wind, Brandon. First pitch strike, lower outside corner to Burke. Just off plate, and the count evens to a ball and a strike on Burke. He recorded hits in both of his at-bats against Ole Miss over the weekend on Friday and Saturday. In the lineup is today's DH for Tennessee. Two and one. Of course, he's in the lineup today along with Seth Stevenson, Tennessee. Currently without Jared Dickey. Got injured in the final game against Ole Miss. Tennessee's hopefully getting back soon, though.
Yeah, and he started off that series pretty hot. Had a good series at Ole Miss overall.
Runner goes. Throw to second, and Lipsius steals yet another bet. Skeppel with the 3-1. A full count. Caught a piece of fastball that went off the screen right back to the catcher, Cody Reck.
There we go. Let's retire.
Payoff pitch. Foul again. Can we see? Well, Tony Vitello is the one who wants to retrieve it from the dugout. Always in that one consistent spot, those 3 tape marks. You can always find number 22.
Yeah.
It's it high and deep down the left field line. Long run for Graves. It's going to well out of play. The wind really knocking it away.
Be interesting to see how Tidwell gets used as he's getting built up to, I mean, he's a big-time starter for him last year down the stretch, and you've got the 3 guys in the rotation doing really, really well right now. Not a bad problem to have, obviously.
The 1-1. Inside hit Taylor. Yeah, with Tennessee getting those early season injuries, you wondered how would they fare in terms of their weekend starting rotation. See Taylor wear this one.
Breaking ball that just gets away from him. Up and arm side.
Chase Burns, Chase Dolander, Drew Beam have answered the call extremely well. You couldn't have answered it better.
No, I mean, you got 2 freshmen. You've got a transfer new to the league. And, I mean, we knew they were strong. Like, we knew they were good arms. But to come in here, you didn't really, I mean, you still didn't know what to expect.
Christian Moore at the plate with 2 on and 2 outs, trying to extend a 6-0 lead for the Vols in the bottom of the 5th. Skeppel pumps in a fastball for a strike.
Back to Burns. I mean, a guy kind of as advertised as a probably potential big-time draft arm last year. Decides he wants to come to Tennessee and go to school, and, I mean, he's been every bit of what people thought, mid to upper 90s. Big slider.
It's fouled away 1-2, and not only getting to come to school, have good results, but getting to work with Frank Anderson as the pitching coach. I mean, that's invaluable teaching that'll help boost his draft stock even more.
Yeah, one of the best pitching coaches in the country. I mean, you see what he's done with some of the guys in the pitching staff here. Historically in the top of the league in ERA.
This is down the right field line. Again, the wind can make tricky things happen here, but this will go into 2-2. Hit high and deep to right. Wilder back. Base hit. This will roll into the corner and add to Tennessee's lead. Lipsy scores. Taylor in the 5th. Now Seth Stevenson, who had a double earlier. Skeppel starts him with a slider high. Talking about the depth that Tennessee has in terms of pitching. Same, of course, can be said for the lineup. Christian Moore getting the start tonight. We see a lot of Jarrell Ortega at second base, and we've seen a home run, a triple, 3 runs batted in by Moore. Stevenson in the spot of Jared Dickey. He hasn't missed a beat with a double and a run scored. Just depth across the board.
So he's probably feeling pretty good.
First pitch fastball at 95 miles per hour from Blade Tidwell. So big question mark for Tennessee to start the season. Now in the final game in March, he's back. This is ripped down the right field line. Fair ball for Ketterman. Beck chases after it in the corner. Ketterman go for third. Here comes the relay throw. Ketterman with a triple.
Really good swing by Ketterman. Drives line drive down the right field line. Just stays fair, right on the line. Hard base running right out of the box. Gets him a triple. Really good swing there.
So a base runner for Tidwell to deal with. Nobody out, top of the 6th. Will Prater. Strike one.
Looks like a little backdoor slider there. Tidwell's going to be probably 92, 95, maybe a little more today.
Last fastball at 97 miles per hour.
It's probably a little pumped up. Coming out of the bullpen adds a little adrenaline. Always did for me. I always threw a tick harder out of the bullpen than I did if I was starting. So he's got that adrenaline rolling. Big home crowd, first game of the year. He's pretty fired up.
The 0-2. Just a little outside at 97 miles per hour. Plus, he's been seeing all the publicity around Ben Joyce, 104 miles per hour on the fastball. Saying, what about me? Base hit down the line. This will get the Catamounts on the board. Prater with an RBI double, and now it's an 8-1 game in the top of the 6th.
Another good swing, little lower trajectory on that line drive down the line, but just sneaks past Lipsius at first base. Prater hustles in for a double. Back-to-back extra base hits to start it off for Tidwell.
And we got the best hitter to the plate in Pascal Ferreras. Rolls it to Lipscomb. Offline to first, men on the corners.
Got a ground ball there. Lipscomb charging over, kind of in front of the shortstop to cut that ball off. Little bobble. Has to recontain it there and try to make a good throw, and just pulls Lipsius off the bag just a little bit. Tough play coming all the way across the infield. Job by Ferreras getting down the line, making it tougher.
Wilder at the plate. Single and a strikeout for him as Blade Tidwell makes his first appearance of the season. Probably just an inning tonight. Coach Vitello's talked about kind of gradually working his way back in.
And obviously, I'm sure they want the results to be good. But I would say the game being 8-1 right now, you really want him to focus on getting his work in, mixing up his pitches, get a feel for everything. It's kind of like a little rehab outing here. And
fastball at 95, a little high, 2-1.
Probably going to be a little rusty. You just want to see him kind of knock the dust off a little bit and get everything ready to roll to finish this season strong. But
10 victories last year, second most by a freshman in program history. This is cranked but fell. As again, the Catamounts seem to be hitting more than anything the slider.
Yep. I think all three, that foul ball right there was on a slider. The double down the line was on a slider. Looks like it's just hanging up just a little up in the zone. His fastball looks pretty firm, obviously. I mean, the scoreboard's got it up to 97. He's a big-time arm.
Two.
Pitch there.
Seth Graves takes the first one a little low on the slider. Single for him back in the second inning. Struck out looking his last time up. Fastball pumped in at 94 miles per hour.
Really good fastball there, driven downhill at the knees. Outer half of the plate. Tough pitch to do a lot with there as a hitter.
Velocity's been there. Now it's just getting that feel back. That last pitch at 96. Two one. Fastball ran inside. 3 balls and a strike to Graves. I'm sure a large part of his timetable for a return to a large role on the weekends will be how he feels after this appearance tonight.
Yeah, and I would imagine that's probably one of the first questions he's gonna get asked as he goes into the dugout.
First pitch to Jordan Beck. Popped up. Playable for Prater. Maybe? Yes. The wind nearly.
Yeah.
Was some showmanship by the
some of our
former
guys,
Tennessee
I saw
coach.
some of the Tennessee guys over there throwing the mustard bottle. So
There's some social media graphics by the Vol Baseball account included that. All in good fun.
yeah, good stuff.
Drew Gilbert ahead in the count 2-0. He's already drawn back-to-back walks after he homered back in the first inning. There's that slider over the plate, 2-1.
Yeah, you know that's your go-to pitch there when you're throwing it in there on 2-0. He's got a good feel for it, confident, throw it in any count.
Went back to it, 2-2. Reached for it and sent it to where nobody was down the left field line. Tied for first in the SEC and 10th in the country with 10 home runs this year. A night where Tennessee has had 2 home runs, 2 in the first inning. Thought maybe it'd be the start. Big home run derby for the Vols, but nothing has left the yard since then with the wind howling in.
Yeah, I was about to say that last at bat had died down a little bit, but I didn't even want to give it a chance to come back, so here we are.
Tied for first in home runs, first in runs batted in at 44. Total bases second, slugging percentage third. We talk about Tony Vitello and this staff. Yes, recruiting really well, but also developing really well.
He's a solid all-around player.
Luke Lipsius now going up against Tristan Campbell. Back-to-back walks for him, as well as a strikeout tonight. The Tennessee batter, and this will send his catcher Cody Reck out. Front there of 2. Velocity has hit well this season with runners in scoring position, 435. He's done it with the glove for sure at shortstop, but he can hit.
He's got an opportunity to drive a couple more in right here. A little bit of a hole. Let's see if he can get a job done here with 1 out.
The 1-2. Just chipped it foul. Got a piece of that slider.
Battling right here to get him an RBI. You got the infielders back up the middle. Infielders back on the corners. They're playing for a double play ball here to get out of it. So need to drive something into the outfield here. Get him a sacrifice fly.
Struck out looking, got him with a fastball. That's up to Blake Burke. Tennessee trying to cash in with the bases loaded. Now 2 gone. Burke will cash in. All the way to the wall. Gilbert scores. Lipscomb's bedded in this season. Charlie Taylor. Again, where's the weakness in this Tennessee lineup? This is the number 8 hitter in the order, Burke, who just drove in 3 runs with a double.
Smokes a ball in left center gap. Yeah, there's not a lot of outs there.
Taylor knocks it high to shallow center. Again, tricky with the wind. And the second baseman Butterworth runs. First pitch, 101-mile-an-hour fastball to Daniel Walsh. 102 is lined, just fouled down the right field line. So Western Carolina, after just faced Blake Tidwell, now you face Ben Joyce.
I mean, the good news is a hitter, you know you're going to see a fastball at some point. I mean, you would think he's throwing 102 miles an hour, you know you're going to see one. I'd probably take my chances that I am, and if he throws me 3 sliders, tip your hat.
The 1-1. Hit high to right field. Beck is there. For the
when he's pounding the zone with his fastball.
Of course, he's got long arms, long legs. What's the source, though, of most of his power?
Thick lower half. I mean, he's about, what, 6'5"? Is he about 6'5"? Quick arm.
Strikes him out at 102 miles per hour fastball. Yeah, he's 6'5", 225 pounds.
And I mean, when you see it, I think he looks bigger in person than he looks, right now when you see him on the field. I've seen him in person a couple of times. I mean, he's a strong dude. I mean, he came product of Walter State Community College right down the road. I mean, I think he was 95, 97, 98 there as a starter. Ends up having Tommy John.
Low to Butterworth. 0-for-2 with a couple of strikeouts.
I had Tommy John myself about 9 years ago, and I mean, you take that year and you can kind of, your rehab and your comeback from it kind of is what you make of it. I mean, some guys get it and kind of just coast through a year of rehab, and you don't see them really bounce back to what they were. When you look at him and how physically fit and strong he looks right now, you can tell he took that rehab process very, very seriously and got after it and got stronger.
Got the fastball for the strike. Foul tip on a 101-mile-per-hour heater, 3-2.
He does a really good job staying grounded with his back foot in the rubber. That front foot hits in the ground, and that back foot still connected. The rubber is a good source of power right there. Yeah, Tyndall's going to be primarily a 2-pitch guy. Pretty firm thrower. Going to be probably low to mid-90s. Got a good slider. Fastball's got a little bit of run, a little bit of sink. Slider's his strikeout pitch. If he can be down in the zone with that slider and that kind of sinking fastball, he's going to be tough to hit.
It's been tough to hit for teams already this year. It's allowed 4 unearned runs, but a spotless ERA. 6 strikeouts compared to 5 walks. Batter's only hitting .222 against Tyndall. Clobbered to left field, a late break for Graves. Just shy of the track. Good fastball from Tyndall.
He's got good late life on it. Seems to be commanding the ball overall pretty well. Late life on the fastball.
That'll strike out Stevenson for out number 2.
And there's that slider right there. They said when it's down, they said it's pretty deadly. That was a good one right there. You can see here that slider's down in the zone. Get Stevenson out on that front foot just a little bit. Buries it in another batter's box. Pretty good pitch right there.
Kyle Booker, a pinch hitter for the Volunteers. 9th game he's played in this year, 3 for 15 at the plate. Takes the spot of Jordan Beck. Volunteers also had Logan Steenstra come in to replace Cortland Lawson in the last inning, starting to empty the bench just a little bit. Fastball chopped to the right side.
Create some downhill angle with that fastball.
Good spot to bring him in, facing 2 lefty hitters. Ketterman, who was hit by the pitch, and now Will Prater, who bunts the first pitch foul. Prater was the one who had the RBI double to bring home Ketterman, who tripled to begin the 6th inning against Tennessee's Blade Tidwell for the only Western Carolina run of the night. To Steenstra. To second for 1, 2. .93 miles per hour as that dipped inside from Evans.
Big left-handed arm. I mean, 92, 93 coming out of 6'6" frame.
Steenstra with the scoop. What a play, Logan. Start this bottom of the 8th inning with a couple of changes. Nick Hyde has taken over on the mound for Western Carolina. See the numbers for him, a 4.15 ERA, no wins or losses. 6 strikeouts on the season. So he's new on the mound, and also Tennessee making a change at the plate. It's Ethan Payne serving as a pinch hitter.
Hyde's a 3-pitch guy. He's got the fastball that's upper 80s, low 90s. 2 good breaking balls. He's got curveball and slider. It's one of those, as they call these days, the high spin rate guys. Got some high spin rate on his breaking balls.
Spin right there.
Yeah, there's that big curveball. More of a 12-6 break on that one, pretty much, straight up and down. Good, really good 1-0 pitch. I mean, get back for 1-1 pitch.
And backs it up with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, and that 92 probably played about 95, 96 coming off of that 77-mile-an-hour curveball.
Payne swings and misses the curveball for strike 3.
A pretty good breaking ball right there. Another one, that one starts it. The first one previously, he threw it above the zone, ended it as a strike, so he went kind of ball to strike with it, and then that one right there, he goes strike to ball. Starts it down the middle, ends it on the plate, gets a swing and miss. Pretty good pitch.
Logan Chambers to the plate. In the spot of Trey Lipscomb. Chambers 2 for 16 to begin the season. This is the 13th game he's played in. Has driven in 3 runs. Cues it to left field. Dropping in for a hit. Pinch hitter for the Vols, 3rd straight in this 8th inning. Big cut on the first pitch he saw from Hyde.
I think more of the slider right there. You saw that one had a little more side-to-side movement on it. 2 good breaking balls.
Inslee 3 for 9 at the plate. Takes that pitch inside, 1-1. Native of Huntington, Tennessee, part of the talented freshman class Tennessee has for this year. And there for a strike. Hyde looking for the second out. And he gets it with a strikeout, his second of the inning.
Yeah, he really likes that curveball. It's a curveball for Hyde. That's a really plus pitch for him. See that straight down action, really tight spin. Real tough to lay off that one when he starts that thing in the strike zone like that.
Now Logan Steenstra, after putting on a defensive clinic in the top of the 8th inning, gets a chance to hit here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, he shut off that range on that last play right up the middle. I mean, 6'5" frame. He's really long. Good range up the middle to make that play. Cross-body throw, strong arm. He's a good player.
And he's been hitting the cover off the ball. 409 average, 9 for 22, with 2 homers and 8 runs driven in.
That's like we were talking about. That's your guy coming in off the bench.
Orland Lawson in front of him hit 6 home runs. He's also played pretty solid defensively. But Steenstra played extremely well for Tennessee, and times his number has been called. This is the 18th game he's played in. 18 and now 25 games for Tennessee this year. Hyde's 1-2.
Starters. I mean, he went 7.1. Gave up 1, 3 hits. It's a tough league when you're when you put up that performance and you got your other 2.
Yeah, not necessarily your
buddies in the
stereotypical
awards.
Sunday game in college baseball,
Right.
right?
Frame guy. I mean, you see he's got that really high release, good angle.
Two. High and tight fastball at 93 miles per hour.
McLaughlin had a good inning of work at Ole Miss.
Jordan Starks, the pinch hitter, fouling that one away. Keeping alive at 3-2. Starks hitting .289 when he's been in and out of the lineup. Has started 9 games this year for the Cats. 3 runs batted in. Slowly to second. Moore tosses.
Yeah, with Secrets, that lefty-lefty matchup can be tough. He's got a funky delivery.
Stopped by Moore. What a play. One of the catching options for Western Carolina. Tennessee a strike away from victory. Number 1 ranked team in the country. No letdown during the midweek against Western Carolina. McLaughlin's 0-2. Just fouled away by Brosnahan. McLaughlin. Another check swing foul.
So he goes that big curveball, finish him off here.
The 0-2.